Load it up, Carl. This shit feel like game 7. Put lines up through my S's. Wake up in the morning, count my blessings.
Welcome to the Money Down. We got a new look going on. How y'all rocking with the new overlay? Shout out to my guy Mike Murphy. Getting us right with the graphics. We appreciate you tapping in with us, getting us right when it comes to our new look. It's definitely fire. We appreciate you. And recently, we got some news on the NFL's social media page. They're doing off-season Hard Knocks now. You get an inside look at owners, GMs, player personnel, all that kind of discussion. Transactions, during the offseason. As players, we don't necessarily get to sit in on these meetings. We kind of have an idea, what that looks like, but to actually, see this now, seeing, Jim Moore, Joe Shine, those guys talking about, what they could potentially do with Saquon Barkley. That was a unique thing for me. It's definitely a tough situation because they had a lot of holes on that football team that they had to fill, and to see them kind of going back and forth, seeing everybody's different opinion on him and how much they think they could pay him, or if they can franchise tag him, trade him, would there be any interest? It's kind of cool to sit in on that meeting and see what it's all about.
Saquon, franchising and trading him, I don't think is realistic.
Are we positive that nobody's gonna pay him that kind of money? There's nobody in the draft. There's no free agents, receivers they're either gonna be going back to their team at $20 million.
I mean, who would you say would go sign up running back to that dollar amount?
A team anyone that has money to spend.
There's a lot of running backs in free agency.
Yeah, but are any potential difference makers really? After you watch this film?
Even if Saquon's number one on your board, do you imagine anyone's going to have such a gap between Saquon and Jacobs, Pollard, Henry, whoever else, that they're going to want him at $12 million a year or minus whatever we're willing to eat and send a draft pick?
Right. And then if we did, what would somebody realistically give up?
I just think all the teams that need a running back are going to look at Saquon. Do you feel good about eating $3 to $4 million for a 5th round pick? I wouldn't.
I don't know. There's no guarantee we can trade him. So, having the needs that we have in a $12 million, 27-year-old running back.
Man, hey, yo, boys.
Yo.
And I don't want to say this because, bro, life got a funny way of working out, right? I feel like from that shit, I could be a GM in the NFL,
bro. I'm telling you.
But before we get to that, I don't want to say anything bad about the Giants because, like I said, you never know. I could have a coaching job one day.
I'm not. I'll talk bad about them. That was stupid.
That is why certain teams are bad organizations or in shambles. I get it. Giants won 2 Super Bowls against the Patriots back when I was in 6th grade type stuff. You know what I'm saying? But as of recently, bro, the organizations that are bad, man.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, he goes to your rival.
He's rival.
You hear them talking about who's gonna pay him that bread. Bro, the team up the street is gonna give him that G.
But then that's another thing. It's they talk about you trying to devalue running backs. Saquon is a franchise changing playmaker.
Yeah.
Somebody gonna fork up that cheese for a Saquon Barkley. For sure.
Yeah. I ain't at the end how he's who's gonna pay for the 27-year-old runner? 27 years old, he in it.
He's still young. He in his prime.
You kind of said it earlier though. I am happy that Hard Knocks has always given people an inside look on certain conversations and stuff like that. With players getting cut, you see that. But now you starting to see them conversations about top dogs, the big dogs that, I feel like many of your best players wasn't moving around back then the way they're moving now. So now you're having conversations where you can get in and see all right, man, we got to move off Saquon. And you just get a chance to see that, bro, it's a lot of decision making that going
100%.
It's a lot of decision making that go into stuff.
It just shows you why the good organizations stay good.
Yeah,
and the bad ones stay bad.
It's tough though. They got hard decisions to make. I mean, do you pay Saquon the money, or do you try and fill in a bunch of other gaps on your football team? Which I thought they should have kept him. You know what I mean? He definitely was a big part of their franchise. Top 5 pick and all that, and things didn't work out. They have a lot more things to work out for their football team for them to be better. Now he goes up the road. They get to see him twice a year, which I'm sure he's gonna be gassed. He's gonna be gassed about that.
But let's keep it a buck, bro. That wasn't a tough decision. Like, that was an easy one, bro.
No, it wasn't.
And James, I want to ask you this, bro. Not to cut you off, Warren. Sorry, bro. But like,
you good?
When we sit there and we talk about the holes that the Giants had to fix, whether it be receiver, quarterback, defense side of the ball, DBs. What holes did they fix? Not paying them. You know, I'm just being real. Like, I get it. You add a star edge rusher, as you should, but I don't think that translates to you, you know what I'm saying, overpaying a back that can literally help you win games. Bro, I want to say the playoff game, he literally won them a playoff game.
Rushing that thing. 2 years ago.
It's bad organizations.
they definitely didn't do enough to, right the ship. I mean, I like the Malik Neighbors draft pick, but they would have had that draft pick regardless. Still could have signed Saquon and had Malik Neighbors. Yeah. So I feel like having Saquon would have made a difference for him. We'll see what they look like, this year. I don't think it's going to be, winning the division type stuff, but big year. No, I don't think they're going to be that bad, but they're going to compete. I like that.
Their defense got some credit. I got to get their defense some credit. They got a solid defense.
Yeah, they got that front. They front four solid. That's
got a lot of questions on
Thibodeau, and then obviously they got Burns too. So that's
for sure.
That's going to be solid, man. And other NFL news, Travis Kelce. He came out the other day. He said he'd love to play for a franchise out in London, which we know the NFL has gone to London, over the last decade or so or more, playing games there. And I know eventually there's going to be some franchises, set in place there. He said, if it's not going to be Kansas City, it's somewhere he would love to play out there. Do y'all think that would be something that's dope for the NFL? I mean, it's going to happen. Do you think it's going to work? Sure. Like the travel going to be crazy.
Travel going to be crazy.
You know what I mean? That's the only tough part of getting that accomplished. Would y'all, if your team was set up in London, how would y'all feel about that? Living in London for 6 months out of the year, and however 6-7 months out of the year, it'd be a different vibe. I mean, I feel like it'd be. Go ahead.
It'd be different for sure. I think it'd be a great experience. So I think it'd be cool. You gotta. I mean, it's football is expanding. I mean, obviously it's it's expanded, and everybody across the country knows about American football, but I mean, I think it's just another fan base to tap into. It'd be great for the NFL from a monetary standpoint, but then also to just get other people around the game. I mean, it's a great game, a game that we love so much, but then also, like I said, from a player standpoint, it's just a great experience, new place, new atmosphere. Obviously, that travel gonna be tough. But that's why you set up your season to have not 80% of home games.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, they're gonna have to go play a whole division down south, 4 weeks in a row, then go back out to something, because ain't no traveling from London to Miami, Florida, go back to London, go play the LA chart. You're not doing all that. Them boys gonna be taxed. So I just wonder, how the travel and all that will work. I think it'd be something pretty cool, for guys to be able to kind of live abroad. But we'll see what happens.
I think it'll be like everybody said. I think it'll be super dope. My thing is, why don't the NFL just, I don't want to say like a UFL type thing, but why don't just make a smaller league, for, just a test run and put some teams over there and see how it goes. I just think it's too hard, and like you just talked about, I think it's just too tough to try to map out, hey, you'll have this amount of games, in the U.S., and then this amount of teams will come over, to Europe so you guys could play it. It's just too much travel. The travel on your body. You, James, you've played overseas. You've taken those flights. It's all good, going and coming, but at the same time, it's still taxing on these guys' bodies who just played a whole, who just played a whole game or just throughout the week, just trying to be able to adjust to that travel schedule. So I think it's too much. I do think at some point, like you said, there will be teams that do go over there. Now, how does that look, where it's NFL or like a little brother to the NFL? But I did see one of the, one of like the presidents or something over there. They wanted to bring the Super Bowl there, and I think that'll be the first start of it. That'll be a good start. Bring the Super Bowl over there. See how it works out. Listen, fans in the NFL, fans over here in America are going to travel to that event. They're going 100%. Right? So move it somewhere else and see how it goes, man.
Yeah, I think that'd be fire. Super Bowl out in London. The U.S. fans, they're going to travel, and then obviously gives an opportunity for fans outside the country for them to potentially go to the games because there's going to be a ton of people there that, may not be fans of either team, but it's going to be dope. They're going to be cheering on both sides. That's how it was when we played in Mexico in 2017, I believe, when I played in Mexico City. Like, the fans there, they weren't necessarily fans necessarily of the Patriots or the Raiders, but they were just cheering. They were excited to have a game in their country. So I can only imagine like them actually having a team. Like you see some of these soccer games. That's one thing I definitely want to do. I want to go to a soccer game outside the country. You see them soccer games, they be lit. They be crunk, man.
You gotta find a way for the money down, bro. The World Cup is coming here.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
in a couple years, we gotta find
Gillette. Is that Gillette?
Oh,
hey, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah, that gonna
be lit. hey, we're like outside of London. Obviously, NFL's been to Mexico. What other places you think would be cool to see? Expanded into. Yeah, if we started expanding teams.
Yeah, Germany would be dope. They started doing
Germany
that.
Would be cool.
I'm trying to think of where else they could really go. They're going to Brazil this year. I don't necessarily know, but I saw like Josh Jacobs said, I know he went on Chris Long's podcast. He's like, they can't even wear like they colors, walk around and stuff because the gang type stuff. So that's what your perk said in the chat. Japan whooped up on the U.S.
Oh, the U.S. high school was a
football team. I don't know what level they had, but they whooped us though. That's
an American sport.
That just got me mad, man.
Who they got playing,
bro? All these players that deserving of a chance to be at, bro. Come on, man.
You know how they see you them emails after you graduate high school or graduate college to come and play like a international game somewhere. I got a couple of them emails. I know for a fact y'all got some of them emails. Just like, oh, come play. We're gonna be traveling internationally to go. That's what it was. Some of them kids they got roped in.
Maybe the other countries started to catch up, man. You see the basketball they get right now. Them top picks the last couple of years.
Football different though, bro.
Like, they got ways to go,
man.
So, I don't think, and I don't want to sound crazy or nothing, but there's no way their receiver should have been beaten up. Come on, bro. Bro, come on, man. They beat them by like 20 points. That's bro. That's not a good look, now, boy.
Yeah, definitely got to get it right, man. That definitely wasn't a good look whatsoever, man. But shout out to Japan though, man. They took advantage. They held their own.
We gotta look that up. It's like international football, International Federation of American Football. We gotta look that. We gotta figure out. We gotta get to the bottom of it.
But when you were talking about another place to help hold a friend, Tokyo would kind of be dope. I mean,
Tokyo will be dope.
That's even more traveling, but Tokyo will be very fire in my opinion. Because the technology and the advancement that they have out there, I can only imagine that'd be something. Something be really special. Before we continue, let's have a word from our sponsor, Prize Picks. It's NBA playoff time, so make sure you head over to Prize Picks and bet over or under on some of your favorite athletes' projected stats. And when you use our promo code MONEYDOWN, Prize Picks will match up to $500 on your first deposit. I repeat, when you use our promo code MONEYDOWN, Prize Picks will match up to $500 on your first deposit. You can bet small and win big prizes. The other football news, we got Malik Hooker. He went on the Herd podcast and he, had something to say about some advice to give to one of his teammates, a la Micah Parsons. He said, he was talking about like how people have, their podcasts and whatnot. Essentially, the gist of it was like, if our run defense not right on the field, you hold your podcast every week, what's more important to you? The crowd that's, watching your podcast or stopping that run? So I don't know what's y'all kind of thoughts on, teammates going out, being a little bit more vocal about, what they see their other teammates doing, vice versa. I mean, I don't think the podcast directly affects the run game, but from the outside looking in, sometimes it's what it looks like. You know what I mean? It ain't always what it is, but what it look like. And the hell gonna ring loose when things ain't right, especially when you a defensive end.
Dog got a lot going on. He got a lot going on this offseason.
And let's call a spade, man. We know, bro, when things are going good, man, motherfucker don't care what you doing.
Right.
Partying every night. You could be doing whatever you're doing, bro. But, as soon as stuff ain't looking too hot, that's when, what we call that building being hot. You got kids going at each other. Coaches, you scared to talk to a motherfucker because you don't know if he gonna get fired or how he feels about what's going on. So, but I do think, I see both, ends of it. Like Micah came out and said, man, like Malik could have, he got his number. He could have hit him on the side and said, fam, X, Y, and Z. But then also too, from Malik's standpoint, sometimes that light a fire in some people, man, and that'll get you to tap in and really go to that next level. Especially in Dallas, bro. This offseason was kind of weird, and I don't want to say weird, but from a sense of they didn't really make too many moves. Yeah. And Dallas is one of those teams that we're always looking to find a way to improve. And I guess, with everything that's around that organization of, Jerry Jones with, the championship talks. And, I mean, we being real, his time, I ain't going to, we don't wish that. But, I mean, he getting up there, getting a little older. He trying to figure it out and see it before, that time do come, right? Yeah. So it's just a matter. It's just so much going on in Dallas, man. They got to pay so many people. You got to figure out how to pay CD. Yeah. You're going to have to pay that. Shit, Micah about to, he about to be asking for a $100 million, plus contract. So it's a lot of turmoil that's going on. But again, some of that stuff, man, is easily, it's easily fixable, man. Just text somebody and going on about it. But Malik, I do feel you though. If the run game ain't right, get your ass in the playbook, not on the podcast.
Nah, I agree with you, man. I feel that. I mean, you got a vet. Not saying Mike ain't a vet, but you got an older guy that's been in the league too. Sharing some wisdom with you, letting you know that something got to change. You got to take that advice. But, I do agree with, I understand I don't want to say I fully agree, but I understand what Mike is saying. Like, just hit me up on my side, hit me up on my phone and just let me know how you really feel. Hit me up and catch me in person, talk to me, chop it up. We teammates, we brothers, things like that. Like, it ain't got to be out in the media because we all know when stuff like that happen, the media own it. They're going to be talking about it all season. And if things still going wrong in the run game or whatever, the media is going to be the first one to point it out day in and day out. So, I mean, it could have been handled differently. I get, like I said, I get where he was coming from. But, I mean, the media take anything they can get.
Sometimes you gotta let the world know. Hey, he got his pie. You gotta put your opinion out. I think it's gonna help Micah in the end. Look, hey, I don't think it's gonna mess up their relationship, but now, there's a little bit more of a microscope on you now, and the people like, hey, when you that run game ain't right, we looking at Micah. How you really stopping that run, and you just really trying to get them sacks and patch your stats. So,
but it ain't just him.
It's not just him.
You know what's crazy, Warren? I was about to say that. I was about to say that.
It's him because if he tap in and they still try, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I know it's not just him, but to me, like, he's a hell of an athlete. He's a great player, but I think there's still a lot of room for improvement for him to really be one of those generational players. And for me, it's in the run game. And I think Malik Hooker knows that. That's why he's going out there saying that. So I think he's just trying to light a little fire up underneath. I don't think it was malicious whatsoever. He just said, I'm just giving him a little bit of advice. And for me, it's be a complete football player for Micah Parks, which he definitely could be that.
Yeah. What game was that? I think it was, I want to say it was Buffalo, bro. And Buffalo, literally, game plan was to run at him.
Run the ball, yeah.
Block him, put him in some type of dilemma where he got to either pick, the quarterback or the running back and see what they're going to do. You know what I'm saying? So it is, again, for him to go to that next level, the next level would be to improve in the run game. It's just so crazy, Warren. You kind of hit right on it. Like, bro, he could go out there and game, bro. But if the defense is still giving up 120, whatever it is, they going to always figure and piggyback and point back to what's going on with this. And what's crazy, bro? Him and CJ been on a little They've been on a little off season.
World tour.
Yeah. I said that boy, the boys had a lot going on this offseason.
The boys been hanging out and they hanging good.
Yeah.
Hey,
My eyes on you now. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. You out doing your thing. Like your play just got it back. Nothing wrong with it. I love it. I love that they going across the world using, their name, image, all that. Get all the extra bread, get all the extra stuff that comes with it. Enjoy yourself. Nothing wrong with it. But you just got to know when you're out and about that much and your play not matching, them people on your ass. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But you already play for Dallas, so the world already watching you every single week and everything. So you definitely got to come with it.
For sure.
But other news, not NFL news, but former NFL player Jamarcus Russell was fired from his duties as an assistant at this high school as far as being a football coach, stealing donation money. Pretty sure he sought out the money from a booster or some firm. Got I think it was like $75K or something like that. But he put in his account or put in some account. Took out like 50 bands of it or like 20 bands of it, and something like that. You know them people watching, man. We can't be doing that. I mean, like I said, obviously he had a tough NFL career and looked like things were getting better as far as helping out the younger generation. But then this happens. It's definitely tough to see because I mean he said the money's supposed to be for a new weight room, and then you go take some of the bread. Maybe they didn't even need that much money for the weight room. He just was trying to pocket some of it. You can't be doing that, man.
Have a conversation. Talk to somebody about it. Come up with a plan. Figure it out. I mean, dogs probably hurting for the bread.
Yeah,
probably hurting for the bread. But you don't do that, man. Like that's gonna forever keep you in the bad light. Like you can't do that, especially when you're trying to do something right for the youth, and then you follow up with this. Like that's a bad example. Obviously it's a mistake. You don't want to judge a man off of one thing, but it's just like that's big. That's a big mistake.
And what's crazy to me, man, is obviously Jamarcus Russell was probably the quarterback or one of the last quarterbacks to get those crazy contracts. Like
before they put a safeguard on it.
Before they put a safeguard, it's lit. And just for and granted, bro, we all been around athletes who ran through their cheese, and we know the statistics and how hard it is to actually still maintain that bread. But man, it's just crazy, dog, to be hurting for to once know what he got, to then now turn around and stealing $75K. Like you just want it to you just want things to work out, bro. It's kind of just crazy. Like I feel bad because he has to be in some type of position that he's not comfortable
stable
in
financially,
stable financially to do that. And man, I just want us all as athletes to just figure it out and get help, bro, because this is life-changing money. This is generational changing money, and we hear too much of these situations happening. And it's not, and I don't want to bring in the whole like race thing or anything, but it ain't happening to white people. I mean, I'm not saying that they don't go broke, but we tend to look for more gratification in certain other things that make us go broke. You see what I'm saying? So we just gotta figure it out. We gotta figure it out. And Matt put something in the chat. Damn, Matt. What happened to Brett Favre?
They swept that. That's swept. It disappeared now.
Under the rug, went away.
But you hit a great point though. Yeah, as athletes, especially black athletes, gotta make sure we're saving our bread, using it the right way. So whenever we are done, whether it's 1 year, 2 years, however long you play, to make sure you set up. And then even if you don't have nothing left, like I said, seems like he was on the right track. Helping you, doing all that.
Yeah.
It's definitely, we all run across hard times. Let's all just try and make, better decisions, especially when it comes to the kids. I mean, maybe those kids really were looking forward to having a new weight room type stuff. And now, that's kind of, ain't nobody donating no money over there no more, probably. I mean, I don't know how to handle that situation, but hopefully he bounced back from this. Obviously, he can't coach at that school no more, or probably any school in the area. Like I said, hopefully he finds and lands on his feet and, everything, works out for him. Yeah. And then we're going to turn the page to, NBA free agency is underway. We got to turn to Sojourn's conspiracy corner off the rip because this This ain't even really no conspiracy for real. I mean,
I don't think we ever been to the moon. For sure ain't the only ones out there, dog.
Conspiracy Corner.
Yeah, man, I don't even think this is a conspiracy for real, but Paul George signs with the Philadelphia 76ers when just a few weeks ago, why in the world both Paul George and Joel Embiid is on set, during the NBA Finals, talk about, the future of the 76ers, Joel Embiid, gave him that sideline, like maybe the help we need is right here with Paul George sitting right next to him, it was already a done deal type stuff. So, yeah, I think it's a great pickup, but yeah, it definitely was locked in way back before even opened up.
Them boys been talking about that for a nice little minute. Oh, for sure. But dope pickup though. Dope pickup for the Sixers, man. I think that's gonna be big for them.
Yeah,
I think that's gonna be huge for them.
And it's crazy, man. I remember watching it, bro. We was, it was finals there, but we was like, bro, Paul George trying to sit there and look straight like my nigga, no, bro.
Bro, I ain't gonna be here.
But nah, super, like you said, bro, super dope pickup. I think about PG. Obviously, if the thing with the 76ers has always been health, man, right? If Embiid can stay healthy, obviously I think they beat the Knicks, you know what I'm saying? They obviously they contend. They, them in Boston always got a little, a feud where they, they go back and forth. I think also with having Tyrese Maxey, man, I love watching him hoop. Young dude that can really just go. Like when he want to go, when he tapped in, he's a big pickup for them. So, we'll definitely. We got. Listen, we in fireworks going on.
Fireworks on the
way. But I think it's gonna be a dope pickup, man. I love seeing the East just get better. For me and James, bro, what the hell are the Heat doing, bro?
Nathaniel,
it's tough right now.
What the Bulls doing?
That little. Do something, that little
Do something.
Pat Riley, man, I don't listen, fam. I don't know. You gotta do something, bro.
Yeah,
because this ain't. I'm not happy right now. As a fan, we ain't happy.
Yeah, the East getting better. We just, kind of staying the same. Like I know we gonna compete. Like obviously with Jimmy and everybody else, based on the culture that we have, but with the roster that we got, we ain't winning no chip, or we ain't making it to no chip. No time soon.
Yeah, now y'all not making it no time soon.
I mean, the Bulls, y'all ain't.
Hey, this ain't about us. This ain't about us. We done made some trash moves in the offseason. So this ain't about us. We done seen that already. We good with being mediocre right now. We just want to make the play-in game to keep everybody excited, But no, we definitely need to do a better. We need to do a better job, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, Warren. That's embarrassing, bro. A franchise that won all those championships with Mike. You talking about making a damn play-in game, bro? That's not a good look, fam.
We'll get better. Yeah, we'll be like.
Then y'all traded Caruso for Josh Giddey.
Giddey, bro.
I don't understand that move,
bro. We traded a all defensive player who can shoot. Josh Giddey, bro. No offense, but the man in the league with all the baggage that come with it and all that junk, man, we don't need that.
DeMar, we don't need that. That was the last straw. DeMar
trying to leave.
Out of here. And then we had Klay Thompson sign and trade with the Dallas Mavericks. I think this is my favorite move of Austin so far.
Don't be cold.
Yeah, bro. Man. Dallas, we saw they made it to the chip this year. Couldn't. They won one game in the finals. They definitely needed some more offensive help.
Yep.
Klay Thompson and some defensive help. Klay Thompson's that guy. I mean, you got two ball dominant, players. You got Kyrie, you got Luka, and you got a guy who, elite catch and shooter. You know what I'm saying? I know he, struggled a little bit this past year, but trust and believe, I think he's gonna be motivated to go to a different squad to really have a shake back year. I think this is a great pickup.
Yeah, and it kind of, I'm not gonna lie to y'all boys. I was a little sad, man, when I actually went on the gram and I seen what Steph put on his story, bro, just about how him and Dre and Klay really started that, man. And it's just it's starting to really see bro, damn, we are getting old, right? I remember being in college and that's when Golden State was on that run winning those championships. Yeah. And then even before that with Mark Jackson and him, giving them the confidence to be to start pulling them threes from the damn logo and all that stuff like that. Like, we starting to see and hit a point in players' careers where they either don't finish on a team that they, that they start with, or hell, a lot of people that we watch, they starting to retire. Kemba Walker retired today. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just stuff like that that's starting to, like, damn, man. Some of the people that we really watch, cut the league up are either going to different teams that you never even thought would leave the organization they was at. But it's extremely big pickup for Dallas, man. You got, like you said, you got two ball dominant players between Kyrie and Luka, and now you got somebody who literally all you got to do is sit in the corner and catch and shoot, bro. And like they've been talking about on ESPN for the last couple of days, people are saying Klay has been having a down year, but the shooting percentages from the trade is still better than a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Just around the league. So, man, ball's gonna be exciting, bro. It's gonna be exciting.
I was gonna say, don't forget, Klay is also a defensive player now.
Yeah.
So now they got somebody who can defend the best ball handler. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to put it on Kyrie, who's decent, and then Luka, who just don't play defense. So now you got somebody that can step in and guard the best ball handler. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. I know Klay was injured and things like that, but we'll see if he can come back and be an all defensive player again. Yeah,
for sure. And I seen like Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he signed with the Magic. The Magic gonna be a little squad. They already was pretty deep, young talent. They get a little vet. Caldwell-Pope, I think he's one of the best role players in the entire NBA. Defender, knockdown shots, timely shots. I think they're gonna be nice, man. With Paolo Banchero, that boy, nice. I think he's going to continue to get better. Jalen Suggs. They got a lot of depth over there. They definitely could be one of those teams. They're probably not going to win the chip like next year, but them coming years, I feel like they should be right there. And we ain't seen the Magic in no chips since Dwight Howard. Way back when I was in high school type stuff. So, it's every 20 years or so, things start to turn. And I think they could be in a chip in a few more years for sure.
For sure. They got a chance. They got a chance to be like OKC.
Yeah. Okay. Can't forget about them. Yeah, man. They were just the number one seed. I mean, obviously, it didn't work out for them, but they're gonna be running, man.
And they're gonna be back.
They're gonna be back once again.
They're gonna be back.
Yeah, man. But that's a wrap for this Money Down podcast, man. We appreciate y'all tapping in with us, and appreciate Mike Murphy once again. New overlays, new graphics, some more exclusive and more dope content coming soon.
Give it to my family every song I ever wrote. This shit feel like Game 7. Put lines up through my S's.